I'm so tempted to just dive and go for it. The last thing you want is to get your hand into the mouth of a 100-pound gargantuan prehistoric reptile. 1, 2.
The dark, swampy waters of southeast Texas conceal many mysterious predators, but nothing is more impressive than the reptile you are about to witness. Hailing as the largest freshwater turtle in North America, this species is shrouded in folklore, and the stories they spark are famous for igniting a status that is considered legendary. The alligator snapping turtle reigns as the dragon of Texas. I have teamed up with Carl and Viviana of Texas Turtles. This conservation group is on the front lines of protecting our shelled friends. No matter the species, they love turtles. For several days, we have been working under special permits to catch and record this location's resident gator snapper population. Using a safe method known as hoop netting, we have had some incredible success, landing a variety of algae-covered swamp monsters. By now we know the famous phrase, "Everything is bigger in Texas," and the turtles are no exception, which means that some nets simply aren't big enough. And that is where I come into play. Get ready, this episode is about to get wild.
Okay, I'm checking a net that is close to the edge right here. I think we've got a turtle. It's moving. This net is moving. Right here. All right, I'm gonna pull it up and take a look. Oh, no. It was outside of the net. Big turtle right outside of the net. No, there it goes. And now he is back off and into the swamp. That is a very large snapper. The water's too deep and too murky. I can't see anything. I'm so tempted to just dive and go for it. The dangerous thing about doing something like that is without being able to see which end of the turtle is the front end of the turtle, the last thing you want is to get your hand into the mouth of a 100-pound gargantuan prehistoric reptile. The turtle is sitting right there. I see his head. He's coming up right here. He's right there. I'm gonna make a jump. 1, 2. Oh yeah! That is how you jump in to catch our gargantuan snapping turtle. Woo! If at first you don't catch it with the trap, you wait just a few seconds longer and the turtle will return to the bait all the way underwater. And that is the only way that I have learned to catch snapping turtles. No nets, no traps, no problem. Oh buddy, that is a good turtle right there. My goodness. Okay, I'm coming up, watch your feet. That is one powerful reptile right there. And a turtle with jaws of that size can definitely take off your hand. A second I went underwater, my hand slid down the side of his carapace. I was like, oh, please get to the backside of this turtle and don't let your hand end up in those jaws. Yes, yes, we have ourselves a really good looking alligator snapping turtle. How about that? A little bit of patience is all it took, and I knew you were gonna come back for that bait, but you didn't think I'd be waiting, did you? Oh, okay. If you can go run and get Carl and Viviana, I'll stay here with the turtle. We'll get these biometrics. Yes, yes. And there you have it. That is a true prehistoric giant. The alligator snapping turtle, the reptile that we have been searching for and safely trapping with the hoop nets for the past couple days. Now we've caught a couple of smaller turtles, but nothing so far of this size. And truth be told, like I said, during the process of that all unfolding, this turtle wasn't actually quite in the net yet, so jumping into the water to catch it ended up being the right tactic. But the thing about this turtle that makes it so unique is just its prehistoric design. Look at this creature, covered in algae, gnarled carapace, and a mouth that certainly means business. Now, one of the big differences between the alligator snapping turtle and the common snapping turtle is the reach of that head. While the skull may be massive and the spread of those jaws incredible, and the power definitely strong enough to take off a finger or crush a hand, it doesn't quite have the reach of the common snapping turtle. So me being this close to this turtle, I don't feel as if I'm in danger in any way, shape, or form. And one of the most fascinating aspects about the alligator snapping turtle is actually the way that it hunts. This is considered an ambush predator as compared to the common snapping turtle, which I would say is much more nomadic. All this reptile needs to do is lay on a body of water and wait for its prey to come to it. If you zoom in on the underside of that jaw there, you can see that little fleshy appendage moving around. It looks just like a worm. This is called lingual luring. The turtle will lay in wait, wiggle that worm, and a fish will get close thinking, oh, look at this, I found an easy meal. But it's exactly the opposite. The fish gets close, the snapping turtle clamps down its jaws, and the fish went from potential predator to prey item. At this size, the only threat that a turtle of this magnitude faces is human interaction. The alligator snapping turtle is considered a protected species, which means it is illegal to go out and catch, harass, or interact with these reptiles unless you have the proper permits. However, that doesn't stop people from poaching these reptiles. They're oftentimes traded on the black market in the pet trade, but also the food trade. Believe it or not, this turtle is the origin of turtle soup. So we have to work collectively, all of us, to make sure that the protections stay in place to keep these prehistoric looking reptiles safe here on our planet. I absolutely love the carapace of these turtles. Now, as compared to the common snapping turtle, the alligator snapping turtle has these very distinct ridges that run the length of its body. Now, not only do they look cool, and they gave them their namesake, the alligator snapping turtle, because when they come to the surface, it almost looks like the back of an alligator, but they have functionality. During storm surge and hurricane season, if the water levels change quickly, this turtle's capable of wedging itself down in between logs. It will essentially lock itself in place to make sure that it does not move from the territory that it is currently protecting. And when you look at it, it's got all this algae and even little worms and leeches crawling around on it. There's an ecosystem existing on the back of this reptile. One thing that I do love about these turtles is their eyes. Look at that, black and gold, focused, all those little fleshy little particles of skin growing off of them, and that helps to keep these animals camouflaged underwater. You can see the algae that's growing on that turtle's face. It really looks like a rock when it's laying on the basin of a body of water waiting for its prey to get close. And looking inside that mouth, that's probably about as close as I want to get. And you'll notice there's a hole that keeps opening up inside its mouth there. That's actually the way that this turtle breathes. That little hole connects to the roof of its skull, which then connects to its nostrils, and that's how they're able to come up above the water, take a quick breath without opening their mouths. That also helps them when they're in the process of eating, make sure that no water goes down and into their lungs. Okay, I'd say that this turtle's about ready to get back into the water, so it's time to do the important work. I'm gonna bring in Carl and Viviana from Texas Turtles, and we're going to collect the necessary data that they need to make sure that this turtle is properly documented. All right, guys, you ready to pull the biometrics? Let's do it.
Catching is fun, but the most important aspect to Carl and Viviana's research is the biometrics. Head width is taken first, followed by carapace and plastron lengths. Next, a PIT tag, which stands for Passive Integrated Transponder, is quickly inserted. No, this is not a tracking chip, but instead is an identification tag that can quickly be scanned to ID this turtle if it is caught again in the future. Think of it kind of like a turtle's social security number. Last, but certainly not least, is my favorite part, the turtle's weight. This big boy isn't going to set any world records, but it does boast being the biggest turtle we caught on this round of research.
70.3 pounds, yes! That is a good-sized turtle, that's for sure. I'll give you a look at the scale there.
With the biometrics complete, this turtle is now ready for release.
Well, it's officially time to release this prehistoric behemoth back into the wild. But before I do, I just want to give a big thanks to Texas Turtles for allowing us to assist in the important research that they've been doing to help preserve the alligator snapping turtle.
Around the world, turtles are under threat. And as I mentioned earlier, there is no collective species that is considered more endangered than our shell-covered friends. The work Carl and Viviana do through Texas Turtles on a year-round basis is not only about collecting data. It's about spreading a message of change and fostering an understanding that turtles play a crucial role in the natural ecosystem. Illegal poaching, black market trade, and habitat destruction are only 3 of the biggest threats turtles face. And until we get protections in place for all turtle species, they will always be at risk. Brave Wilderness continues to drive a narrative about turtle conservation and why it is so important, but I encourage you to get involved. If you love turtles and want to help, check out the links we suggest in the video description below. Pick one of the turtle conservation groups and make a donation. Share their site on your social media, or reach out and ask how you can get involved. The world is a better place because of turtles, so let's make sure that as humans, we create a better future for this species.
It is early morning, and it is very similar to the conditions we had the other day when we visited this mechanic's property and unfortunately came across a dead black mamba. We've gotten a call, he has seen another mamba. So we are in fast pursuit to get out to this property as fast as we can so that the snake doesn't either A, kill another dog or get killed itself. Black mambas get a bad reputation as a snake species that will actually chase after you. That is never going to be the case with any animal. They're always going to choose flight before fight. But most importantly, we need to keep ourselves safe because a bite from one of these animals is a medical emergency.
Nothing comes close to the black mamba just due to its size and just the immense speed of these snakes. So yeah, we're going to try to avoid as much as possible having this human-mamba conflict, especially with the guys' dogs and cats. So we're going to try to get rid of this mamba and relocate it.
So right now Tyrone is just flipping every piece of flat material that he can find anywhere this time of day that would be perfect for snakes to be hiding. Creepy abandoned building. Nest full of wasps. We're gonna keep moving.
This is probably a needle in a haystack. Look at this, especially a snake that's grayish black in color. Talk about crazy camo if there was a mamba in here.
Well, get on in there. Let's find that snake. Well, we've been searching for about 25 minutes now. I've not seen any snakes. Seen a lot of other things. And it's usually when you're looking for a snake that you don't find a snake. They always surprise you. Ooh, that is creepy. Oh, it's like a rodent superhighway back there. I don't know if you can see that.
We got a snake!
A snake? Where?
Yeah, we got a snake.
Is it a mamba?
It's a mamba. We got a black mamba. He's just under this little piece of tile.
Hey, they're yellow snake.
What?
They're yellow snake.
Hey! You got a snake?
Is it the mamba? Really, really, really? Where? Oh man, in here? You saw it?
Yeah, he's under there. He looks like a pretty big mamba.
It is a mamba.
It's definitely a mamba.
Shoot, I hope there's no hole back there. I don't see anything.
Yes, I do. I see snake. Definitely see a snake back there. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I think it's a mamba. It's grayish in coloration. All right, mamba madness at its finest right here.
That's a mamba.
That is definitely a mamba. Tyrone, what is the play?
Cool, so we're gonna just move some of the stuff that's sitting on top here. I'm gonna get a tongue on the snake. We're gonna get sort of about 50, 60 centimeters behind the head. And then we're gonna try to get another tongue on the snake just to secure it so the snake starts wiggling around, doesn't put any of us in danger.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just gonna safely secure the snake, and we're gonna go from there. We're just gonna have to be really agile. These snakes are really unpredictable, super defensive, so we just gotta be on high alert, because this is top tier, the most dangerous snake in the country here.
Okay, this is worst case scenario because it's pinned into a corner.
Yeah.
The safest scenario for myself, the crew, and certainly the snake is gonna be to get it inside one of these tubes so we have control of the head. All right, I'm here on your command, so you let me know what you need me to do.
Cool, so we're just gonna get on right to it now. We're gonna move some of this shrapnel out the way. Yeah, you can see the big coil of the snakes right coming out the back there. Got a big, big mamba.
Oh man, yeah.
Cool, we're going in hot.
You want to lift it? Lift it?
Yeah, let's lift. Okay, we got a black mamba. Okay, I'm gonna grab it, tongs on the snake. You can see he's popping up his neck there slightly, it's a little narrow hood. One tongue is secure. We're gonna grab the secondary part of the snake here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Cool, the snake is secure. I'm coming out in the open area here.
Wow.
Cool.
That is a big snake. Okay, so you want me to get the tubes?
Yeah, let's get the tubes, Cody.
Okay, what do you think? Largest tube?
Yeah, let's go with the largest tube. We're just gently restraining the snake. We don't want to put too much pressure on him. Get his head in there. Okay, he's going, he's going. Let him go a little bit more. He's gonna reverse. Okay, do you want to grab it? Are you comfortable grabbing that? Just put him all the way up there. Let me know as soon as you're comfortable.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable yet.
Yeah, I've still got the tongs on it, they're safe.
Okay.
And yeah, I want you to just put that back hand, so like completely holding the tube and that snake, so he's not gonna reverse, because he is gonna pull back.
He is gonna pull back, okay. And you don't think he can get out from there?
No, as long as you've got a good grip on him. Tell me when you're comfortable, I'm gonna release the tongs.
Okay, go ahead and release the tongs. This is a nerve-wracking moment.
Okay, and you remember, he may try reverse, so if he does, just hold him quite in place there.
Okay.
You got him.
Okay. Can I work him up a little bit further?
Yeah, you can work him out a little bit further. Good work.
Oh, my hands are shaking at the moment. Wow, that is a very strong snake. Okay, well, watch your face there, sorry. There we have it. That is a black mamba, safely tubed. Rather intense situation, but that went pretty smoothly.
That's how we do it. We work safely.
I catch my breath for a minute, my heart is racing. Okay, so the snake is staying pretty calm now. Let's go out of this enclosure and get ourselves in a spot that's a little more open. If for any reason I have to drop the snake and it comes out of the tube, we're in really close quarters. So let's slowly move out. You guys move first. I'm gonna take it really, really slow. I got a really good grip. Tyrone, you want to check my grip on the snake? You think that's...
Yeah, we're good there. And let's
solid.
just angle it a little bit up, just in case he shoots out. You got it. Yeah, you got a good grip. Yeah, just you want to secure the tail there. You're good, Code.
Yeah. Man, this snake is insanely strong. Whoa, man. It is intimidating to hold one of these snakes. Right now, just trying to calm my heart rate. There it is, the notorious black mamba. It's almost tough to put into words what it's like to hold on to a black mamba. This is a species that I have just read about for most of my life, always hoping that I would see one in the wild and not actually be hands-on with one, the most dangerous snake species I have ever physically interacted with. It is definitely a heart-racing encounter. Now, the black mamba, of course, gets its name from the black interior coloration of the mouth. And if I turn it like this and it opens up its mouth, we'll be able to get a really cool shot of that. The reason a bite from this snake is so potentially dangerous is because it is armed with a highly toxic, neurotoxic venom. If you're bitten by this snake, it begins to send your body into paralysis, which shuts down your major organs. So when your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, and ultimately your heart begin to cease working, that's why a bite is so dangerous. Essentially, you just straight up go into paralysis and die. If you were ever bitten by a snake like this, it is an immediate medical emergency. The big issue that we're looking at here today is the human-wildlife conflict. And people are terrified of the black mamba. Obviously, it has a negative reputation, but this is not a snake that is interested in interacting with humans. A dog was bitten. Unfortunately, that dog passed away, and the snake was killed in the process. You have that constantly happening out here, especially in rural areas. But these snakes are not to blame. We are in an area that is perfectly set up for snakes to be hunting for their food. You've got abandoned structures, you've got got bags of garbage that has everything that would draw in rodents. Where you have rodents, you're going to have the reptiles that eat them. So the more you can do in your own yard to clean up the trash and make sure that you're not drawing in the prey items for these snakes, the less of your chance of actually seeing one of these snakes and ultimately interacting with it. So the last aspect to today's snake rescue is to actually relocate this snake to a place that's far away from human habitation. That will give the better chances for this snake to live out the length of its life, and of course will keep the dogs and the humans in this area completely safe. Now, is this the resident mamba that we were told about? It's possible, it is pretty sizable, but when you live in an area like this, there's always going to be another snake. So you can see why the work that Tyrone does is so incredibly important here in South Africa. And a big thanks to him for taking us out on this rescue mission. I feel completely fulfilled in that we have finally found one of these snakes that we're able to rescue. It didn't lose its life, and we're doing a good thing for the environment by getting this predator back out to where it belongs.
Okay, we found a pretty cool spot to release the mamba. We are way back off some dirt road, and we have found a beautiful dry riverbed. It is just perfect mamba habitat. Grasses, trees, likely a lot of food. So we're gonna get the snake out, and this is another success story for Tyrone in successfully rescuing and relocating a venomous snake. Our journey began in a small village along the Sierpe River. We were about to embark upon the adventure of a lifetime, and one that I personally had been dreaming about for many years. All right, 4 guys, 2 crew, out into the darkness to find caiman. This is gonna be epic. Led by a team of local experts, we headed out with the mission of finding and safely catching one of the most iconic crocodilians in the world.
So right now we are just scanning the embankments for signs of caiman. What we're looking for are any slides where they came up during the day and were basking. Normally these creatures are pretty territorial, especially the males. So if we can find some slides, that means there's a good chance we'll find these animals at night. Oh, this is so cool. Under the fading glow of daylight, we traveled several miles upriver, leading into a remote area that our guide said would be ideal for locating caiman. I was excited. Hopefully we were going to have several chances at catching one of these reptilian predators. A common practice used by many crocodilian research teams is to catch these reptiles with pole snares. It's a method I have been taught in the past and am now getting the chance to test myself. Using a bamboo pole, rope, duct tape, and a simple wire snare, we carefully constructed the catching device. This is completely safe for the animal and in no way will cause it any harm.
We got a caiman.
Perfect.
All right, Coyote, so now we wait.
Now we wait. We wait for the sun to go down. I am pretty excited. I've been to Costa Rica. This is now my 4th time here, and this is the first opportunity that we have had to actually go after caiman. This is my favorite crocodilian species, and even catching a small one tonight, I would be ecstatic about that, but hopefully we can find one that's close to 6 feet. Now at a maximum, they grow to about 8 feet in length. Odds of finding one of those, we'll see. I'm feeling pretty lucky. So we're gonna head down this main channel of the river, look for some offshoots, head up in there, and hopefully manage to catch one of these guys. Caiman are primarily nocturnal. So as the last glimmer of light faded into darkness, the stage was set. Our spotlights methodically drifted along the muddy riverbanks. We were in search of eyeshine, which is the reflection of light in a crocodilian's eyes. And it wasn't long before we had a target in our sights.
Well, there's an American crocodile right there. Not what we're looking for, but we've seen a bunch of crocs now. Oh, look at this, it's gonna head toward the water. There it goes. Just a little guy. Man, if we could just find a caiman of that size, that'd be perfect.
To come across an American crocodile is certainly amazing. However, it was simply the wrong reptile, so we headed deeper into the night. Time and time again we saw eyeshine in the distance, yet as soon as we drew near, like a phantom, the animal had disappeared. Then finally, one of our guides spotted eyeshine deep in the reeds. This could be our chance. I held my breath as we slowly drifted in toward the shore. And sure enough, it was a caiman.
Got it. I got
Nice.
the back of its body.
Mario,
Hold on a second. It's really slippery.
that is a
Come on,
big
it's really
caiman.
sticky. I got the back of its body. Nobody move. I'm gonna jump it. Nobody move. You got a shot on it?
Yep.
Hold tight, hold tight. Tangled up. Got the rope? I got the rope, I got the rope. I'm tangled up with the caiman. You got a shot?
Yep, I got a
Hold
shot.
on. 1, 2, 3.
Great.
Got it. Yes!
That is a huge caiman.
Holy mackerel. Okay. I'm gonna need your help, Mario. I need you to wrap. I need you to wrap its snout.
Okay.
Wow,
Work your
what
way
a
up.
All right, I'm
gorgeous
going to-
caiman.
Get his mouth closed. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Close your eyes.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, there we go. Tape the snout. This is definitely a caiman that needs its snout taped. This could take off a hand. Yes, there we go. Whoa, this is about as big as we could have hoped for tonight.
Okay, we're gonna put it up front.
Careful, careful, careful. Careful. Don't get whacked.
Hold on,
you all right?
we're losing it, we're losing it. Grab, grab.
You all right?
Yep.
Is everybody okay?
Incredible amount of power. Tangled in this underbrush. I am lassoed together with a spectacled caiman right now. This is unbelievably exciting. Wow, there's nothing like getting covered in mud to catch a reptile like this. An absolute prized specimen. Look at that tail. This thing is a beast. Oh, watch your face.
Wait.
Watch your face.
Oh,
Smacked you?
yeah, a little bit.
You all right?
He's still got a lot of fight in him.
Okay. There you go. Just watch your face. There you go. There you go.
Here. Got him. Yes. There we go. Oh. Told you, a lot of fight still. Coming up. Yes. Yes! Okay, the animal is up on the boat and under control. We need to bring it into the center of the boat so it doesn't throw us off of here.
Let's everybody back up, back up, back up, back up.
Oh, one shot at snaring this reptile. I was moving so slow and trying to be so quiet. Great job, guys, keeping the lights right on its eyeballs. Kept it stunned in place. This thing is beautiful. It almost knocked out my tooth, but we have it up on the boat. It is very robust. Wow. So much more powerful than an American crocodile of this size. Okay, let's bring in some water. We're gonna actually clean the caiman off so you guys can see it better. Go ahead, come on in with the water. There we go. Don't get you washed off here, buddy. Get you all cleaned up. Nice. Oh, yes. Now the name spectacled caiman comes from these two ridges right here in the center of the head. And if I point it straight at you, it almost looks as if it is wearing spectacles or glasses. Can you see that?
Yeah, you can see the bridge right between the eyes. That's awesome.
It's beautiful. Now, scientists oftentimes say this kind of looks like an allosaur. Both allosaurs and ceratosaurs have these ridge bones, these prehistoric creatures, and an animal like this has been on the planet since the time of the dinosaurs. Now, we do have to keep tape on the jaws because a crocodilian of this size could take off a hand, but I love them because they almost have these fangled looking teeth. Can you see that? These front ones, and look, you even have one that's sticking up there
Two.
right from the snout. Can you see two?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's just a little bit smaller. Now, as compared to a crocodile or an alligator, the eyelids are much more bony. Watch this, it does have a nictitating membrane. Check this out and close its eye. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There it goes. You see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the nictitating membrane. Now they use that when they're underwater to help block any, residual debris from plants or anything that they attack from scraping their eyeball. Look at this. This is cool right there. You see that little spot? That's its ear flap. It has an ear right there. They have, believe it or not, pretty good hearing and excellent eyesight, especially at night. And let's look at this animal's back. The osteoderms are incredible. The spectacled caiman has more armor plating than an alligator or a crocodile. And right here specifically on the back of the neck, it is solid muscle and solid bone right there. Wow, I am in complete awe of this animal, and look at how robust it is. Solid muscle. All right, I can't give him too much space because at any second it could explode back in power. And that's what crocodilians are famous for. They rest up, they build up their energy, and then they make a go for it.
So he's building up his energy right now.
He is. That's where, I can't get complacent at any second, because if he explodes into action, he's going to launch right off the boat. Might take me with him. We are tethered to the boat. We do still have the noose wrapped around the lower half of his body, but we have to be extra careful. Now, males tend to be bigger than the females, and I would say this one is of about average size. But this is a little trick that I learned from Mike and Chris last year working with American crocodiles. I'm going to sex the caiman.
And now what are you doing?
I am feeling for the cloaca. There it is. Oh, that would be a boy, ladies and gentlemen, and one healthy boy at that. And you can see how robust this animal is, which tells me that the ecosystem is also incredibly healthy. That means there are big fish, there are big frogs, there are snakes. This is an opportunistic predator. Anything that it can get those massive jaws on is fair game.
Man, you have some mud on your face.
Do I?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, this is about the muddiest I've gotten since the Smoky Jungle Frog, I think.
Yeah. This may be the muddiest you've ever been.
It may be
Wait
the
till
most.
you see this.
I committed everything I had to catching this reptile. If it had gotten away, I would have never forgiven myself. I know that you guys are all watching right now thinking to yourselves, wow, I cannot believe you pulled that off. And to be honest with you, I can't believe I did either. This is a full-grown adult. Let me just try to give you a look at the full body there, because I've been sitting on top of it. You see that?
Oh.
And the tail stretches all the way down the side of the boat. This is a beast. I could not have caught a more perfect caiman, in my opinion. Look at the hind limb here. Look at that. It's like holding the foot of a dinosaur, and in a sense, I really am. These reptiles have been on the planet for well over 100 million years. They are an evolutionary giant. Let's get some basic biometrics. We have already sexed the reptile. We do know that it is a male, but for my own purposes, I would love to know just exactly how long it is. If somebody wants to just grab my backpack there, I can get the measuring tape out. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go from the tip of the snout, right, Mario? That's how you guys do it with the Crocs.
Ooh, watch those teeth.
I know. This is very risky.
Down the ridge line.
Okay, good.
All right, from here.
Okay, hold the tail, hold the tail. Okay, I got the back haunches under control.
Mario, once you get the measurement, why don't you bring it back to the camera to show us?
Okay.
Okay, you got it?
We
All
are
right, go ahead and pull that out from between my leg.
right at 59 inches.
So
Wow.
just about 5 feet.
Just about 5 feet. Oh, this is incredible. This is a beast. We could have searched for days and not come across a 5-foot caiman, let alone one that was up on the embankment that we were actually able to snare and get up close for the cameras. I am absolutely beside myself right now, covered in mud, lucky to still have my tooth, but there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the spectacled caiman, the one reptile that I have been just so eager to catch and get in front of the cameras for so many years now. Oh, that was awesome. High fives, guys. Muddy high fives. Yes. Oh, man. Woo! As we climbed from the boat and stepped onto the muddy bank, I could feel my time with this beautiful creature coming to an end. I carefully peeled the tape from its toothy snout and then quickly jumped back out of its strike zone. And now when people ask, what is the greatest animal you have ever caught? I smile and say, the spectacled caiman. For anyone that dreams of adventure, there's arguably no greater place on our planet than the Australian outback. This vastly remote stretch of wilderness is the perfect place to encounter some of the country's most recognizable animal species. And if you are a fanatic of reptiles, this is your dream come true. On this expedition, we are traveling nearly 300 miles from the sprawling city of Brisbane and out toward the sparsely populated town of Meandara.
From there, we'll venture further into the bush, with the hopes of tracking down one of its largest reptilian inhabitants, the monitor lizard. These ancient-looking reptiles are rather common. However, their elusive nature, coupled with perfectly designed camouflage, can make them incredibly difficult to find. To aid in this epic quest, we have teamed up with two of the country's top reptilian enthusiasts. Lockie Gilding and Max Jackson, who own and operate Australian Wildlife Encounters, know these wild stretches of remote territory better than anyone, and their expertise when it comes to locating monitor lizards is unprecedented. Working under their special permits, we have one collective goal in mind: do whatever it takes to track down and safely catch one of these phantom-like lizards.
Alright guys, Mondo Road begins. Keep your eyes out.
So Max, when it comes to searching for monitors, what is the telltale sign that we're in the right area? I mean, what are we looking for right now?
For the sand monitors and the yellow spotted monitors, you're looking for that type of soil that's not too rocky and a bit sandy that they can dig their burrows in. Basically, as long as they've got a place where they can shelter during winter and during night time. The only other ingredient is heat. They really, really love heat, so they can be active in 35, 40 plus degrees Celsius. So yeah, so this is perfect here.
The monitor lizard is an iconic reptile that has long been on my wish list of animals to feature on the Brave Wilderness channel. And this would be the first time in my life where that wish stood a chance of coming true.
When I spring out of the car to catch a monitor, I'm gonna need both hands. So we're gonna try to get the initial catch shot from my shoulder instead of the handheld camera. I just know that if I'm fumbling around with a GoPro, I stand a better chance of actually being bitten. Let me tell you what you don't want to happen when working with a monitor. For those razor sharp teeth to slice into your arm. It will send you to the hospital and you will be getting stitches. So we're going to the shoulder cam on this one, guys.
All right, man, you ready?
Let's do it.
It's monitor time. Monitor right there. Right there.
Turn the car around. Yep, right back there up on that edge. This is it, guys. Okay. Definitely monitor right up on the edge of the road here.
There's a monitor on the side of the road.
No way.
He dove into here.
Going.
Man, what happened, Coyote?
Well, we saw a small monitor. Another one about that big. I mean, lightning quick. We drove past it, actually stayed on the road, and as we got close, put its head up, whoosh, just like that, got down into a burrow. Not a chance of catching that one.
Sprinted after that one.
Did I forget to mention that monitor lizards are incredibly speedy? In fact, for their size, these lizards are one of the fastest reptiles in Australia. And after witnessing the speed of our first target, I soon began to realize that catching a monitor lizard was going to be a lot more difficult than I had previously imagined. Late afternoon was creeping in, as sharp beams of sunlight cut through the trees with a blinding effect. I could feel the window of lizard catching opportunity beginning to close, yet my hold on hope remained strong.
Mondo up ahead.
Oh, yeah, right there, right there. Slow down, slow down.
All right, still.
I'm ready to go. Move slow, move slow. Okay, guys, we've got a monitor just in front of the vehicle here. We're gonna approach slow. Right now, it is just holding its ground.
In a flash, the lizard sprang into action. Keeping up with a monitor lizard as it speeds through tangles of branches and briar patches is virtually impossible, and it was only a matter of time before one of two things happened. Either the reptile would dive into a burrow and disappear out of reach, or it would retreat high up into a tree, which is exactly what this one did.
See it?
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh, I see it. It's right here up the tree.
Up the tree, right up the tree.
Right here.
As I peered up the trunk of the towering tree before me, only one thought came to my mind: catch that lizard. So as I have done before, without a second of hesitation, I began to scramble up the tree.
Careful. You might make a jump.
He's gonna jump to this other section here. He's at the end of that branch that your left hand's on. He's at the end of that branch.
Man, I've got him, but he is locked onto the end of this branch.
Got him. Nice catch.
Got
it! That might be your most epic catch of all time.
Now the question is, how am I gonna get back down? Hold on, I gotta put it in my pocket. Just kidding. Hi, buddy. All right, guys, I've caught the monitor. Now it's just a matter of getting back down out of this tree with it in my hands. This is a bit of a precarious scenario right here.
Careful.
Bit of a scrape on my manberries there. Not a problem. I have got the lizard.
Hold on, baby. Oh. That's close.
No, I got it.
Right.
Ah! Ah! Ow! Ah!
Easy. Go slow. Go slow.
Ah!
Yeah!
And that is how you climb a tree to catch a monitor. Woo! Let's get
epic. That was
a bit out of the range here.
Oh man, that was amazing.
I told you guys I was going all in to catch one of these lizards. Wow. That's the sand monitor right there. The Gould's sand monitor. The quintessential goanna. Let me catch my breath, guys.
Wow. Man, and one more high five. That was awesome.
That may be the fastest I have ever climbed a tree without branches. And the thing that really helped me there was all of the grippy bark on the side of that tree and the general arced angle. And my arms are ripped up, but it was absolutely worth it to catch this reptile. This is a sand monitor, commonly known as a goanna, and it is an ancient looking creature. I have dreamed about being able to get one of these reptiles up close with the cameras. Now they do get significantly bigger than this, but you can't really top a catch of that magnitude. Wow. I just have to take a second to absorb in the beauty of this reptile. Look at that skin. Little tiny scales and all that speckled patterning. Now I know in the past I've compared some lizard species to dinosaurs. And as we know, dinosaurs evolved into birds, and a lot of times you guys call it, but coyote lizards aren't really dinosaurs. No, they are not, but they are so similar in design. Just look at the head of that creature. I feel like I'm looking at a velociraptor right now. That long neck and those intelligent eyes, and I'll tell you what, these creatures are intelligent, almost problem-solving intelligent. Now, all monitor lizard species have a forked tongue. That forked tongue helps them navigate their environment and also to find and detect their prey. And when it comes back into their mouth, similar to a Gila monster, they have what's called a Jacobson's organ in the roof of their skull. And as the tongue runs over that organ, it tells them, almost like a little computer, your food is this way, or your food is that way, or something is getting close in your environment that you should flee from. Typically, you won't find sand monitors climbing trees. They're a terrestrial species. But in an instance like that, where it's evading a predator, if a tree is the best way to escape, that's exactly where it is going to go. Wow, look at those front forelimbs. Can you guys see those claws? Razor sharp, almost like the talons of a bird of prey. And they have grappled onto my arms in several different places. I'm actually really happy that I wasn't sliced up more than I have been. These creatures are voracious predators. They will eat pretty much anything. They will eat small rodents, they will eat insects, arachnids, other lizards, eggs, and they will even eat dead animals. So a lot of times you will see these lizards out on the roadsides feeding on dead carcasses. Whether it be an emu or a kangaroo, that is fair game for a creature like this to just dig into those guts and have a feast. And this is one healthy lizard. Let me turn it upright like this for you so you can see its back, and it is just holding on to me about as tight as I am holding onto it. Look at that, locked in place. And there is so much muscle structure in the tail and the center of this animal's body. This is a male, a young one. They can grow substantially longer than this. I would say it's about 3 feet in length from the tip of its nose to the tip of its tail. Look at that coloration. You see all the yellow speckling along the sides of the legs and then that yellow tip of the tail? That's one way that you can easily distinguish this monitor as compared to some of the other species that are out here in the bush. Excellent eyesight under the light of day, excellent hearing, incredible speed. This is an apex predator when it comes to the reptiles that can be found here in Australia. So cool, guys. Can you believe that we actually caught a monitor? I am beside myself right now. And we have been working long and hard today. The sun is getting low in the sky. It couldn't be the more perfect scenario to get this reptile up close for the cameras. Woo! I can't believe it, guys. I give you high fives right now, but I need both hands on the lizard to make sure that it doesn't spin around and give me a bite. But this truly is one of the reptiles we hope to get in front of the cameras here in Australia, and we finally did it. Man, what a catch!
We faced many challenges and several frustrating defeats in our quest to bring this reptile up close for the cameras. Yet it was a combination of patience, teamwork, and sheer determination that ultimately paid off.
And there it goes. Man, the Sand Goanna. Thank you, Australia. Woo!
The sand monitor proudly stands as one of the greatest animal encounters of my career. And I consider myself fortunate to have had such an epic conclusion to the tale of my time spent in the land of lizards.
People often ask, Coyote, where does the inspiration for the work that you do come from? There are 3 very key people who have influenced my career. Steven Spielberg, Bear Grylls, and the one and only Steve Irwin. Tonight, I'm getting the chance to fulfill a childhood dream. We're headed out into a top secret location in Darwin with the proper permits to catch saltwater crocodiles by hand. For as far back as I can remember, watching Steve hanging off the front of a boat, leaning into the water, grabbing a salty and pulling it up on deck is something that I've always wanted to get the chance to try and do. Will I be able to pull off the ultimate Steve Irwin catch tonight? I guess we'll see. I'm dedicating this episode to you, Steve. Thank you for all the inspiration that you have provided for myself and everybody out there who loves animals. Rest in peace, my mate. And we're gonna do you proper. Let's catch some crocs. Crikey.
He said nothing's, not a drop of rain. Well, when you're in the northern territory, anything goes, rain or shine. And we've been struggling with rain lately, and we're about to launch out the boat to go look for salties. Got a little bit of a storm coming in, but who cares? Let's go out there and find some crocs.
We are officially out on the river. The object tonight is to catch something under 2 meters in length, and the challenge is to hang off the front of the boat. To do this with my bare hands, classic Steve Irwin style. At the moment, the focus is all about eye shine. Getting the crocodile's eyes to reflect in flashlight beams is going to be our first indicator that we'll have the opportunity to make a catch. Now, if we spot a crocodile, they're super susceptible to noise and the variations in light. So Max will have to keep the light spotted right on the animal as we stay silent and slowly drift in. With any luck, we'll find one that's the right size and get it up close for the cameras.
See the croc just there?
Yeah.
Yeah, see it? That tiny little baby.
Oh yeah, perfect, that's perfect.
Hand size.
Okay, so we've got a really small crocodile. It's right up against the embankment. We're gonna try to get it. We hit the roots and it went down. I could see it just going. I just nicked the edge of its tail. I actually had a lot of trouble seeing it until we got right up on it. Ah, that was so close. It was a tiny one. It was about this long. Little hatchling. Got a crocodile right up on the embankment. We'll get close. I don't think we're going to be able to catch that one, but we'll see how long it stays there. I'll jump right up on land if I have to. Got it. I got him. I can't see behind me. There's like a tunnel here. Let me see if I can just get control for a second here. Proper Steve Irwin style for sure. Woo! Look at that, Salty. Oh, buddy. Oh, my arms are shaking. I'm so excited. The good news is I have control in exactly the right spot, but it's just at that angle where it would be very, very difficult for me to hold on to this animal with just one hand. And yeah, you see? It's requiring a lot of strength. If he spins around the wrong way, gets my arm or my hand in his mouth and spins around, there goes my hand or my arm. But that's it right there, ladies and gentlemen. The saltwater crocodile, the absolute perfect size we could have hoped to come across and up on land. Yeah, it's a very, very, very strong animal. Oh, my arms are shaking. This is the moment. Childhood dream come true right here. The chance to interact with a saltwater crocodile. Growing up, countless times I watched Steve Irwin catch crocodiles 8 times this. But for me, getting hands-on with a reptile of this power and this ferocity is a life-changing experience. Now, you see those teeth up front there, perfect for catching fish, really, at this age. Although as an opportunistic predator, if something comes close to the embankment, the speed at which these reptiles can launch up and out to grab their prey is staggering. And this reptile is absolutely gorgeous. See its eyes? Oh, and that distress call right there, even at this size, is basically saying, I'm a big boy. Do not get too close. I will give you a bite that you'll never forget. And as a matter of fact, I may take a piece of you with me. Wow, absolutely beautiful. And I'm gonna hold on tight to just kind of lift his tail up a little bit. Look at all the muscular structure. That is the propeller that powers these animals forward so fast. As I snuck up behind it, I was immediately thinking it was going to launch off and be out of range. And that moment when you're gonna jump on the back of a crocodilian, you just have to commit. And in my mind, I had zero doubt when it came to where I was gonna grab a hold of the animal. This area here is completely armor plated. You see the osteoderms up on the back of its neck. I have a firm grip, but I'm not choking the animal in any way whatsoever. That distress call just basically says, hey, something caught me, but it can tell at this point that I'm not biting it, I'm not clawing it. It's gonna be released right back into the wild. I just want you to be able to see the coloration in the body. Look at that speckled patterning. And when we're talking about the animal's camouflage, from up above, this helps it keep hidden within sunlight and shadows. But from the underside, I'm just gonna turn him like this ever so slightly for a second. There you go, buddy, I got you. See how smooth and light colored the underbelly is? That means that when it's up near the surface from underneath, nothing's able to see it through the rays of sun. Now, a crocodile like this, you would say, well, it probably doesn't have any predators, right? Honestly, a bigger saltwater crocodile could easily take out a reptile of this size. But, buddy, you are getting to the point where you are going to become one of the most dominant predators in this river. But I just have to take a moment to absorb getting hands-on with an animal that I think infatuated and inspired so many people out there watching. Steve Irwin was the biggest influence, bar none, on anyone who loves animals. It was an absolute tragedy when he passed away, and I've always said to myself, man, if there was ever the chance to get into Australia, have the right permits, and catch one of these reptiles, I would dedicate that moment to Steve. To Steve, I say thank you for inspiring all of us. We would not be where we are today if it wasn't for the work that you did and all of the drive that you put behind us who love animals. So to you, Steve Irwin, crikey, mate, we caught ourselves a saltwater crocodile. All right, Salty, time for you to get back out into the waters and do a night of hunting. Okay, buddy, I'm gonna let you like this. 1, 2, 3. Woo, what a launch. That was strategic. I didn't want him to swing back around to give me a little love bite before he took off. Woo, crikey! Australia, we love you!
You gonna go for a catch, dog?
I gotta catch a salty. As Coyote said, you know, we grew up watching Steve Irwin, and it was a great influence to the career path I chose. And if I'm in Australia, gotta catch a salty. So that salty that Coyote caught, perfect size. It was gorgeous. A little beauty, as Steve Irwin would say.
And what do we got up ahead of us?
I think we got another Croc.
Go for it. That's gonna collapse, be careful, jump way up.
You got him? I got him. Oh, you got him. He's a lot bigger than we thought. I got him. Jeez, and I fell into the mangroves. Hold on to him, I'm stuck. I got him. Watch my face. Oh, shoot. Woo! Oh, man.
I saw him underwater.
Oh, jeez.
He was underwater, he was coming right up.
Yeah.
And I was able just to sneak and grab him.
That was the most chaotic crocodile catch of all time.
Yeah.
I went down. Yeah.
As well.
We both slipped.
You went down, I went down. Well, we got another salty.
Yeah. Oh, that was chaos.
That was just chaos. This croc was underneath the water, and I was scanning, and then I saw it starting to pop its head up. Right before it popped its head up, and its eyes above the surface, I just reached and grabbed it, and then I kind of fell forward myself, lost my balance.
Oh, man.
What a little beauty.
All right, well, let's switch spots here and we'll take a good look.
All right, second catch, bonus edition. Another salty. Not as big as Coyote's, but doesn't matter. It's a salty nonetheless. And it's another little beauty, very dark in coloration. Look at that. Coyote's was a lot more yellow. This is about a 3-footer, juvenile, making that distress call just like Coyote's was doing. And I've loved crocodilians all my life. I've worked with many species as well, primarily the American crocodiles in South Florida. So getting my hands on a salty, as Coyote mentioned, they are like the ultimate of crocodilians, the apex of crocodilians, notorious worldwide for their reputation, but also their beauty. They're one of my favorite croc species because of just their iconic look and coloration and pattern. And the fact that I had the opportunity to catch one tonight as well, that means a lot to me too. So there we go. That's for you, Steve Irwin.
We have all heard tales of big fish. Yarns spun full of excitement and seemingly impossible odds, centered around aquatic beasts so absurdly enormous that the story always ends with, and then it got away. This is the tale of my big fish. And the difference between this story and many told before it is that this one didn't get away.
What's going on, Will?
Hey, how's it going, Coyote?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing good, sir. How about you? You ready to go fish?
Catch some catfish today.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. This is Mario?
Hey, Mario.
Hey, Will.
You catch some big cats today.
Let's do it. Yeah.
It's a well-documented fact that I have caught many animal species with my bare hands. But it's important to note that this will be the first time I have ever attempted to catch a catfish. Tennessee is home to 3 distinct catfish species: the channel cat, the flathead cat, and the blue cat. To catch any of these would be a success. To land a monster would be legendary. On this adventure, I will be heading out onto the Tennessee River to test my skills at noodling, simply defined as using one's bare hands to catch catfish. To help me achieve this seemingly crazy feat, I have teamed up with renowned catfish grappler, Will Goodman. Will prefers the term grappling over noodling. He holds several records and has been practicing this art form since childhood. It's a tradition passed down from generation to generation, and what was once considered an entertaining way to catch dinner has evolved into his life's mission: catfish conservation. He owns and operates Big Tennessee Adventures, where each summer he takes countless wannabe catfish noodlers, myself included, out on tours to see these primordial creatures. The coolest part is that these tours fuel the work he is doing beneath the water's surface, which in turn is having an important impact on the future of these fish.
The box is back in here. This is a nice little cove. The water's definitely warm. Conditions are perfect. This could be the spot. And to be honest, I've never caught a catfish my entire life. Maybe some real small ones when I was a kid on a fishing line, but never something the size that Will usually pulls out of here. 35 to 55 pounds would be a good sized catfish, but Will has caught ones that have weighed over 100 pounds.
Hidden from human sight, Will has built hundreds of what I have coined catfish hotels. These 3-foot by 4-foot boxes provide an ideal location for males to build nests. They have a simple entryway for fish to come and go, and are protected from predators.
Going down, here we go.
To check the catfish hotels, I use a small bamboo pole to gently feel around for a fish. To help fight the natural buoyancy of my body, Will holds me beneath the surface so I can position myself at an angle and reach far inside the box. If a river monster is home and bites the stick, then Will quickly blocks the entrance with a plank of wood, which prevents the fish from escaping before we can attempt to catch.
Okay. I got one more. It's a little bit harder to find.
Will has a very large number of boxes. They're essentially designed to be just like an underground burrow or a rock burrow, where these catfish can come in and lay their eggs, and they're much more protected than being up underneath tree roots. Now, what the catfish have to worry about with predators is not so much predators eating the fish themselves, but it's the predators eating the eggs that the catfish are laying. Bluegill specifically love to eat catfish eggs, so these boxes help to keep the bluegill out and the catfish in. It's really a pretty cool conservation project that Will has going here, and right now we're checking those boxes. All right, let's catch up.
The early summer months of May and June are what Will considers the peak of catfish breeding. During this time, dominant males seek out these boxes, build, and guard nests. Once residency is established, they release pheromones into the water to attract females. She accepts the invite, lays eggs, and then the male will fertilize and guard them until they hatch. To more accurately define guard, I mean he will literally eat any living thing that comes close to those eggs, including a human hand or a foot.
So water temperature plays a huge factor when it comes to the catfish being active for breeding. We're right on that edge right now where the water's just about warm enough, which means the males are going to start going in to build nests. Those are the fish that we want to find. They're going to be extra aggressive. Breeding hasn't started, which means that if we catch a fish, it will just go right back down into that burrow and continue with its cycle. All right, you got the next box?
Yep. That's a big black. He can't get out of there though. There's no way. Okay. Left side. You'll have to feel a little bit further into this.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm. We'll get a little deeper after the next one. So
okay.
Just realize that.
Yeah, it could require full extension here. Okay, going down.
Full extension. You see somebody's leg up like that, you know they're always on. He's on. Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Oh, this one could be perfect. This could be the box. No fish in that one.
No fish.
That's why they call it fishing, not catching. So I'm swimming into a catfish hotel.
Nobody's home.
Vacancy until I find one.
Ah, nothing. That seems so perfect.
So far, we have covered over 20 miles of river and easily checked 50 different catfish hotels, only to find that each and every one was vacant.
Okay, this might be the one. We got a fish. It's a big fish. It is a big fish. Oh, buddy. So Will, walk me through exactly what I'm gonna need to do here.
So I want you to take your fist and just let the fish bite you.
Okay.
And just so you get a grasp and understanding how powerful this big of a fish could be.
Okay.
If it's as big as it sounds like, it really sounds powerful. I mean, it sounds like a 40+ pound fish. They can be dangerous at this point, okay?
Yep.
This is where you graduate from, okay, they're powerful, to, oh wow. They actually, if they roll on you, they could really do some damage.
Okay.
So,
okay, here we go.
it's being very careful.
I'm a little nervous. When Will is like, yeah, this is a big fish, it could do some damage, definitely makes you nervous. Okay.
Yep.
All right, guys, here we go. Time to get eaten alive by catfish. Oh wow. Oh gosh. Holy crap.
Where'd he bite you?
Oh my God.
Where'd
He
he
almost
bite you?
broke my wrist. He had my whole hand in his mouth. Fish almost broke my wrist for sure. Holy cow, that hurt. Hold on a second.
You want an arm sleeve now?
What?
You want an arm sleeve now?
No.
Sure.
Oh man, dude, that fish is definitely strong enough to break your wrist. He almost broke my wrist. Like crushing the bone. Holy cow, I don't know if I should stick my arm back in there. Hold on a second, I want to make sure he didn't break my wrist. Holy cow, hold on a minute.
They're not. Well, you're gonna have gouges in your arm, I'll tell you that. They bite you through that glove.
Dude, he got right, look at that. Look how red my arm is. Look at that.
He's drawing blood already.
All the way through.
He's drawing blood already. Yep. That's normal for a blue cat.
Okay.
That's a male. So you know what it's like, right?
Yeah.
So you know what it feels like.
Yep, it hurts.
Okay, and so now we don't want the fish to bite you any more than he has to, right?
Okay.
Stick your hand in there just like you have
Flat?
Been. Yep. Nope, you do any of this and he grabs one finger, he'll break it, I promise.
I'm afraid he's gonna break my hand and my wrist the way that he is. If I don't
you can take your fist and keep it together, but as soon as he bites you, you need to pin his mouth.
I think if I keep a fist and then I put my...
You need to pin him and work your finger to the outside lower jaw of his mouth.
Okay.
Hold him forward and come back up for air and hold him.
Okay.
Now if he bites you over your thumb,
yeah,
you need to come out and reset. You gotta pin him, and then it's hard, man.
Okay, okay.
Really hard to hold these fish. And they're slimy, they're powerful, and they're mean, and they're really angry right now, you know?
It's hard to describe to you guys the amount of power. Like, I thought that fish was gonna break my hand off.
We're not gonna lose fish, I promise.
Okay.
I will put my hand in.
I'm worried about losing my hand, not the fish. Like, I'm afraid if I don't have 2 hands in his mouth, he's gonna break my wrist.
If he rolls, he might, yeah.
Okay.
You gotta let him go.
If he rolls, he might.
If he rolls, you gotta let him go.
Holy cow! All right, I'm going back down. I'm gonna give this another shot. I'm really nervous.
I've
right now.
always said this is the most fun you can ever have on 2 feet.
Okay. Okay.
I'll
go back down here.
Still doing eggs. Oh, God. You hear that deep thump? I hope that's on.
Okay, I think it's.
You hear that deep thump?
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's that deep thump. He's a good fish.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
He's up near the front of the box. He's gonna get me this time.
He probably will.
Okay. Man, dude, I'm so nervous going down there that like every time I turn that he's gonna get me, and I was afraid he's gonna break my wrist. He's that big. All right, let me try one more time.
Get him, Kyle. If there's somebody gonna get him, it's you.
I know. Here we go. Oh, I got him.
Hold on, then.
I've got him. Oh my God.
Hold on, then.
I got him.
Calm down first. You gotta calm down. Because if you don't calm down, you will not get this fish.
Okay.
Calm down.
I got my fingers locked in his jaw. I'm afraid he's gonna break my hand.
No, he ain't gonna break me.
Okay.
Forward. Hang on.
He's crushed my hand.
Go over this way.
Okay.
Go over this way.
You want to put my other hand in his mouth?
Hang on. Easy mouth. I'm gonna tell you. Easy mouth. He's huge, dude. He's huge. Easy, easy. Not fast. Not fast. Hang on. He's got his tail out. Just a second. Let me grab his tail.
Holy mackerel.
Oh.
Holy cow. Look at the size of that fish.
How about that, boy?
Holy cow. That is a huge fish. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it. Oh, he's crushing my hand. Wow, look at the scarring on the top of his head. That's crazy. That is a big fish. That is a huge blue catfish. The largest catfish species here in North America.
You hold tight.
I got him.
You lose that tail, you're gonna lose the fish. You'll lose it.
I got him.
You crunch down on him just like you did. You hear me?
Yeah.
Hold the tail.
I'll check. Let me check the thing.
Can you take off my mask?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Just when you thought we were not going to catch an enormous catfish, this thing is huge. All right, guys, there you have it. That is a 50+ pound blue catfish. This is the largest catfish species in the United States. Obviously, that distinct bluish coloration is what gives it its name, but these fish are rather ancient. A fish of this size probably takes 30 or 40 years to grow to this massive proportion. If I turn it sideways like this and slightly lift it up, you can see just how long its body is, just under 4 feet in length. That is what we would consider a true river monster. If I turn it towards you like this, you can see the teeth up on the top jaw. And what they do is they catch their prey and then crush it down with a vice-like grip. That is exactly what my hand felt like inside of its mouth. My hand is on the back side of its gill plate, also known as the operculum. It's not hurting the fish in any way whatsoever. The fish can still breathe. I'm trying to keep it partially submerged. I keep dunking it down just to make sure that it's not getting too much sun. And this is the only way to hold onto one of these fish without a rope. And if you're wondering if my hand hurts right now, it absolutely does. See how the eyes are set right in front of the skull. They don't have the best eyesight, but this fish is relying on all of its other senses to detect its environment. Now, whether that is to find prey or to avoid predators, the barbels up front
are sensory organs that tell them everything about the water. They can pick up vibrations, they can pick up smells, and that is what allows these creatures to be such perfect ambush predators. Now this is without question a male. The males get bigger than the females, and right now this fish was nestled down in a box getting ready to build its nest. So we're gonna let this fish right back down into the box where we find it, but I would say that this was hugely successful. Will taught me everything that he knows about landing one of these fish, and we could not have hoped for a more perfect specimen. Oh man, catching catfish in Tennessee. So cool, but this is it. The largest catfish species in the United States, the one and only blue. All right, Will, time to get this fish back down into its fish hotel.
Never in my wildest dreams did I envision catching such a big fish. Anglers go their entire lives hoping to land a beast of that magnitude, yet most will only ever be able to speak of the big one that got away.
All right, guys, here we go. We are releasing the fish back down into its breeding box. All right, ready, Will? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, fish is in. Woo, that was awesome.
I consider myself truly blessed to have had a moment in time with that ancient creature. A grandfather to the muddy waters of the Tennessee River and the legend of a truthful tale I will one day be able to share with my own grandkids. The future of these fish rests in the fascination and appreciation people like Will Goodman have for these living legends. And the conservation work he does will continue to preserve populations for generations to come. If you would like to try, or rather, sacrifice your hand for the art of catfish grappling, make sure to check out Big Tennessee Adventures and book your big fish story. Since the dawn of mankind, legends have always captivated us. Yarns passed down from generation to generation, stories that widen our eyes, bringing wonder to the imagination that maybe, just maybe, the tales that keep us awake at night are true. Blacklick Woods, located in central Ohio, is home to the oldest body of water in the Metro Park District, Ashton Pond, a deep forest sanctuary of dark water, thick plant life, and rumors of dragons. My captures of Cornelius have always been epic, bringing the attention of media, onlookers, and those who say that they have seen a bigger turtle. Carl Hassel is one of those people, a soft-spoken man who would define himself as an amateur photographer. However, the images he has captured of wildlife are nothing short of professional. I met Carl in 2010. At the time, he was a stranger, a man with a camera, and a man with a story. He told me the tale of a giant turtle, a beast so massive it dwarfed the other turtles nearby, and while I listened, I was doubtful that a giant could live in such a small body of water. He could sense my doubt, and that's when he said that he had the photographs to prove it.
He was probably this big. His head came up out of the water, and I swear that head was probably this big. It was bigger than the turtles that were on the log. When he actually came up out of the water and literally climbed up on top of the one that I was photographing sunning himself. He was huge. He was the biggest turtle I've ever seen. And I've been photographing in here for quite a few years, and I've never seen one that size.
Carl's tale was not completely far-fetched. This was a man who has spent the better part of the past decade photographing wildlife. You would think he knows a big turtle when he sees one, and I hoped that he was right. The stage was set, and the only thing to do now was capture the dragon.
Stumpbeak, this is one of the most difficult turtles to catch, period, in the United States. I've caught him one other time. This is now our 4th attempt coming out to the pond in the morning to try to get this turtle. And it gets frustrating. You try and you try and you try. Nothing tops Stumpbeak. He is the true legend here in central Ohio. It's been raining all morning, and sometimes it takes a storm to catch a monster. All right, let's go get him.
The turtle we are after today is appropriately named Stumpbeak. His gnarled head, missing eye, and ancient stump-like appearance camouflage him perfectly amidst the dense foliage that lines the edges of the pond, rendering him invisible unless you know exactly what you are looking for. And the turtles are just waking up right now, and the last thing we want to do is spook them and cause them to go back down into the deep waters. We want to let them get comfortable, let them start hunting, let them pay attention to what they're doing, and then they won't be paying attention to me. And then we got a shot at landing a really big dragon. You can spend days walking back and forth across the dock of Ashton Pond, hoping for a dragon sighting, only to ever catch your own reflection in the water below. There are 3 distinct signs that I look for when targeting a dragon: bubble trails, a carapace breaching the surface, or a head sticking up. And it's so hard to spot these turtles with all the vegetation that grows along the sides of this pond. Really what I rely on is the bubble trails. The bubble trail is the definitive sign that there's a snapping turtle moving through the environment. It wasn't long before we had our first sighting. At the far side of the pond, the legend had surfaced.
I'm looking at him right now. Just went down.
Definitely. That's Stumpbeak. 100%. Holy cow, that's him. 100%. And the way that I can always recognize Stumpbeak is that the front of his nose is kind of chomped off. Probably lost it when he was really young. But he is definitely right back in the corner right now, up against that log. Whew. All right, let's do it. All right, we know right where Stumpbeak is. Toughest turtle in Central Ohio to catch. All right, I'm going in no matter what happens. I'm gonna approach him from the back side, and hopefully he's there.
All right, go for it.
Wish me luck. This is this moment that you live for right here. Sneaking up in stealth mode, I hope to see a massive shadow beneath the surface. These animals are perfectly in tune with their environments and can sense even the slightest disturbance in the water. Stumpbeak is smarter than you would think, and at any sign of a potential threat, this reptilian giant will quickly disappear back into the murky darkness. The water depth and clarity back there is perfect, but he was already moved too far away from that log. Did you see him come up?
No.
Further out? Yeah, he came up further out. He surfaced, and then he saw me. Exploring the ancient waters of Ashton Pond by kayak was my first tactic to capturing this legend, as I hoped to find Stumpbeak hunting near the surface. Unfortunately, the dark coloration of the water and its challenging depths made the idea of leaping from the kayak to capture a turtle pretty much impossible. It was time to use a little patience and a more intelligent approach: the stakeout. Stakeout time. The waiting game is sometimes the hardest part, and this is the 4th time that we've spent hours out here waiting for this turtle. That's why they call it fishing, not catching. What you're watching is the 4th attempt that we took at filming this episode. In total, nearly 50 hours were spent staring out at the water, following bubble trails, visualizing the moment when I would actually have a chance at landing this dragon.
Just have to keep waiting.
Everything about the environment right now says this is the day to land Stumpbeak. Perfect temperature, air is still, overcast skies. I think we're gonna get him today. On this particular day, we stayed on the dock for 6 hours, watching and waiting. Finally, we had him in our sights. Without a doubt, 100% I'm looking at Stumpbeak, and I'm looking right into his eyes. So right now, Mark and I are laying on the dock at Ashton Pond. We have eyes on Stumpbeak. See, Mark is laying down, watching the bubble trail. He's just staring at us, laughing, saying, "Come on, Coyote, come out here. Try to catch me off your kayak. It's not gonna happen." Oh, this turtle is so hard to catch. Before we knew it, the dragon was moving straight toward the dock.
See what I'm looking at right here?
Yep.
I think he's trying to hunt around there or something. He's kicking up a lot of debris. And he stopped.
We see his bubble trail. He keeps coming up. I think we actually stand a chance at catching this turtle today. This will be the biggest dragon you have seen yet on Dragon Tales if we can land this monster. We stayed low and out of sight. Boom, bubbles. the bubble trail inching ever closer, a giant beneath the surface. This was the moment we had been waiting for.
Oh, dude, is there a head up right there? Straight out in front of us?
Looking down into the black water, I saw an ominous shadow rising from the darkness. And then, it happened.
Yeah!
I was over my head with my hands on a dragon.
Look at the size of that turtle! Oh my gosh, this is him! This is Stumpbeak! And that is how you leap from a dock to catch a dragon. Look at the size of his tail. Look at how big this turtle is. Oh my gosh, did you get that shot on camera? Yeah. Look at that face. Oh my gosh. This is the turtle that we have been staking out for hours now. Look at the size of this turtle. Look at that dragon. My goodness. Almost took off my nose. Wow, okay. This is the largest snapping turtle that lives in this body of water. And he is an absolute dragon. One of the most prehistoric creatures you are gonna find in our metro parks. Look at the size of this turtle. That is a serious mud dragon right there. Without question, the largest common snapping turtle we have caught so far this season on Dragon Tales. Hey buddy, good to see you again. Now the reason that we call this turtle Stumpbeak is look at how the front of his face, oh jeez, sorry, get your camera a little splasher. He almost got my hand. His nose is kind of stumped off, and as you can see, he's got a messed up eye on that one side, makes him look old and gnarled. There's no doubt about it, this is one of the oldest turtles that you're gonna come across here in the Columbus Metro Parks. And he is truly the king of Ashton Pond. Oh, my heart is racing so fast right now. And nothing is crazier than jumping off of a dock to grab on to a massive snapping turtle. Okay, I'm bringing him up. You ready? Watch your camera. Back it up a little bit. Yeah, follow him up. I'm gonna go real slow so I do not take claws on the face. Here we go. Be real gentle with him. Slowly let him walk down. Oh, there you go, buddy. Walk on down. Walk on down. Is he coming towards you?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Is he up?
Yeah.
Is he safe? Okay. Yeah. Go watch my fingers here. I'm coming up. Watch your camera. All right. I'm coming up. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, great. He's coming right for me. There he is. Look at the size of that turtle. My goodness. It doesn't get much bigger than this. Look at the size of that tail. Unbelievable how big this common snapping turtle is. I'm gonna slowly turn him like this so you can get a better look at him. And there he is. This is Stumpbeak, ladies and gentlemen. The largest common snapping turtle that lives here in Ashton Pond. A true legend, a true dragon, and probably one of the most difficult captures we've had this entire year on Dragon Tales. We have spent 4 days staking out here, hours alone this morning, watching this turtle's bubble trail, seeing him surface, seeing him out on the far side of the pond, sticking that little head up in the air, going back down. Finally, once Mark and I laid down on the dock, he thought everybody was gone. His bubble trail came close. I was able to see his shadow underwater, jump, and nab this beautiful common snapping turtle. Look at how prehistoric that animal is. This turtle's, I'm guessing, just beyond 50 pounds, which will give him title of largest common snapping turtle caught so far this season on Dragon Tales. Look at how big he gets when he's up off of the ground. Look at that, how they can completely push their bodies up in the air. Now he'd climb right over the top of this dock here and splash right back down into the water. And we're not gonna let him do that yet because we're still gonna get some measurements, but look at how massive this turtle is. So cool to be this close to a turtle this big. Look at how large his carapace is. I mean, this is like a dome tank. If you're to see this turtle out there floating in the water, completely stretched out, he's probably close to about 4 feet in length from the tip of his tail to the tip of his nose when his face is all the way stretched out. I mean, his feet are as big as my hands. His claws are like the claws of a grizzly bear. He's massive. In the photographs that Carl provided us, you could see that the back of the turtle's carapace had these real distinct ridges right here, almost made it look like an alligator snapping turtle. And then this very distinct square pattern in the middle, like most snapping turtles have on their carapaces.
there's no doubt in my mind. This is the turtle that Carl and the other photographers have been seeing here. He's easily that big. If there's a turtle out here that's bigger than old Stumpbeak, we certainly haven't seen it. And it's been hard enough just to catch this one. And this turtle is about as close as you will ever get to the Loch Ness Monster. There's no question about it, this turtle is over 50 pounds, which means we are going to be using our 100-pound scale today. Give me it, buddy, in the bag. Okay, the moment of truth. We're gonna get Stumpbeak's official weight. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Heavy.
Oh yeah, that is a backbreaker right there. All right, let's see. 54 pounds. That is officially the largest common snapping turtle we have caught this year on Dragon Tales. An absolute monster. My goodness. All right, let's get him back out of the bag here.
Explain this process.
What, getting him back out of the bag?
Yeah.
Well, back out of the bag is usually tougher than getting him into the bag. I just want to be as gentle as possible. We get the tail out first, like so. And once he kind of feels that his hind limbs are out, I can usually just coax him out. Okay, here we go. Ready? I'm gonna lift him up in the bag. Should kind of just drop off. There we go. Pull it. Watch your fingers. There he is. All right, buddy. Out of the bag. Out of the bag. Okay. What a good looking boy. All right, that wasn't too bad, was it? At a whopping 54 pounds, Stumpbeak is officially the largest common snapping turtle that we've caught so far this season on Dragon Tales. Now we know he isn't a world record, so you guys know what that means. The search continues. To stake out, capture, and record old Stumpbeak was an incredible challenge. Carl's encounter with the legend of Ashton Pond and his photographs that backed up the tale proved exactly what his eyes had seen. An enormous common snapping turtle stalks the dark, murky waters of central Ohio. Wow, what an awesome capture! The largest turtle that lives here in Ashton Pond. And now my favorite part, the moment when we release the dragons back into the wild. All right, Stumpbeak, you ready to head back out there and hunt for some fish? He says, let me back into the wild. All right, here we go, ready? This is the part that always scares me a little bit. The moment I let him go, hopefully they don't turn back around and bite me. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. See you later, buddy. 54 pounds is a serious dragon, but an even larger turtle is rumored to be lurking in a lost lake set deep in the wilds of Rowan, Indiana. And a man named Bill Haywood has devised a plan to capture it. Look at how big that one is!
It's a huge turtle.
Next time on Dragon Tales.
Today we're headed out on a snake scavenger hunt. I'll be working alongside my friend and wildlife biologist, Will Robertson. Say hi, Will. Hi, Will. This region is known for its plethora of species. We're gonna be scouring the fields, searching the forests, flipping rocks, and rolling logs, doing whatever it takes to find some of these cool reptiles. Will, are you ready?
Let's find some snakes.
Ugh, pollen.
Oh, snake. I think it was a garter snake. He went down into this little hole right here. Oh, yeah, there's his little face. He's right there. Let's see if I can tickle him out. There he is. Gotcha. Whoa, there we go.
All right, let's take a look at this one. So that is the eastern garter snake. One of the coolest things most people don't realize about garter snakes is that they are mildly venomous. Not a venom that could ever hurt a human, but for the most part, these are super calm, super docile snakes. You can see that little defense mechanism right there, totally flattening out the body and almost making the head look as if it's V-shaped, which of course would be indicative of a venomous snake, but as we know, the garter snake is completely harmless.
This is cool. It's like a river of moss. Look at that. Now normally, you probably have water flowing down through this spillway and towards this lake that we're getting toward. But it's just a really unique looking habitat, almost like Lord of the Rings. And it seems as if
the lake might pay off because Will just said he's got a big water snake basking. Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
These guys are non-venomous, but they do bite quite a bit. So we'll see what this guy does.
All right, Will's got the water snake. Oh yeah, beautiful. And definitely a species that people oftentimes think is venomous, but completely harmless. The northern water snake. That's another one for the list, Will.
Yeah, there we go.
Looking good.
Oh, Coyote, sanitize real quick.
Don't want to spread those snake fungal diseases.
Oh, red-bellied snake.
Oh, red-bellied snake. Pretty basic looking snake, except for the fact that it has a pretty vibrant red belly. Let's flip it. Oh, a little hole. Look, here's a little tunnel. Hey, buddy. Got an interesting little precarious scenario here. There is a rock ledge that a black racer's up on. I think if I drop myself down into this little hole, I might be able to come around the edge and get it. I see it, but it does not see me. It's right there. Definitely right on the edge of this cliff. Got it. Getting under control is gonna be a whole nother story, and these snakes are really bitey. Oh, geez. That is one angry black racer. Will, got a black racer for the snake scavenger hunt. Oh. See if I can do this without taking a bite. There we go. Okay. Focus is on the camera at the moment. And there we have it. Another species for the snake scavenger hunt. All right, Mario, I'm gonna bring it up for the tight shot. That is the black racer. Looks like it's getting ready to shed its skin. You can tell that from the cloudiness in the eyes. And the thing that I love most about this species is its agility and its speed. Not to mention the coloration is very similar to the black mamba. But of course, this is a non-venomous species. So a bite is gonna be nothing more than a little soap and water to clean up. All right, watch how fast the snake is when I let it back into the environment. Or not. That's kind of cool just to get it in that display mode. I thought you were just gonna speed off, but instead you're giving us some incredible B-roll. Nothing wrong with that.
Ooh, look at that. Big ringneck snake. That's a nice orange belly. So these guys spend most of their time underground looking for things like salamanders to eat. They're very tame snakes. They never bite. You can see they have tiny, tiny little heads with a prominent yellow ring right around the neck.
Double flip. No. But here? Nope. Guess who found a hognose snake? Right here, Will. Oh, it's on the move. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
I'll grab them up here.
Okay. Whoa. Wow. A hognose snake for the scavenger hunt.
This is a difficult one to find, and look at that pointed nose right there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know what happens when they poop, right?
Yeah, these guys are known for playing dead.
Oh my gosh, the smell is unbearable. Wow. Dude, you are covered in poop.
Let's wipe that off.
Oh my gosh. Hands. When lifting rocks, swallowed a bug. I was gonna try to tell you about rock etiquette. Back to one. When lifting rocks, it's important to have good rock etiquette, which means you lift a rock gently and you place it right back exactly where you found it.
Ants.
Whoa. Did they bite or sting? Let's find out. They don't really do anything. They run away. Not a sting episode. Will just called out to me that he found an abandoned car that I need to check out. I don't know what an abandoned car would be doing out here on the side of this mountain. Like, how did it even end up here? Wow, that is, what?
I would not be surprised if rattlesnakes were using this old rusted car. That's really interesting.
I mean, how did this get here?
They must have rolled it down the hill and crashed it.
It'd be really creepy if we found a body in it.
Not that I can see, just some bush light.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, that's a good message.
Let's see if we can lift this hood.
Give her a flipperoo.
I don't see any rattlesnakes.
No.
Worth a check though. Oh, this is tired. Did it spin?
Yeah,
No.
it's in place. Creepy.
There's a rat snake on top.
Oh my gosh, there is.
Check it out.
Oh my goodness.
In the abandoned car. A new species.
Oh, new one.
Ow.
New one.
All right, what do you need me to do? Wait, hold on. I might be able to. Here. Let me get tangled in the engine. There we go.
Whoa.
New species.
Whoa. Careful.
Yes! How about that?
All right, Will, what do we got?
We've got a black rat snake, and this is actually a small one. Despite being a pretty decent sized snake, these guys are the largest snakes around here. They can get almost 8 feet long. They eat birds and they climb right up trees to nab squirrels. This guy's in shed, so his eyes are pretty blue.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
What would you say is the holy grail of snake species in this area?
I would say the green snake. They're bright green. They look like nothing else from around here. They're super tropical looking. You never believe that they're right here in the Appalachians.
When it comes to garter snakes, we found the mother lode. A whole pile of sunning snakies right there. These rocks are alive with snakes. This is perfect conditions at the moment to find a number. Whoa! Jeez, huge water snake. Really big northern water snake. All right, here, let's, yeah, I'm gonna need, at least you to hold the camera.
Okay.
Wow, that's a big one. Hopefully it does not decide to give me a chomp, because this is good size. Wow.
Oh, they got a green over there. They got a green.
What?
They got a green over there.
Man, ow!
Oh, okay, we're coming.
Oh!
Beautiful.
Amazing!
And that's one of the rare ones for around here.
I was walking and sure enough, just saw a little movement and reached down and got the little green snake.
Amazing. That is the holy grail. Wow, okay, well, all in one 2-minute clip. Huge northern water snake and a smooth green snake. Here, let me give you this. All right, let me see this guy. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
The smooth green snake. That is the ultimate right there. Look at that. Big snake, little snake. Cute snake, seemingly dangerous snake, but both completely harmless.
No way. Mario just got another green snake. How big is this one?
Oh my gosh. It's even tinier.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that little guy.
Wow.
Oh, that is gorgeous little green snake.
Will, we did it. 2 beautiful smooth green snakes. Now, what's your favorite thing about this reptile?
It's gotta be the vibrance, hands down. I mean, it's a bright green snake. It looks like it came from the jungle, but here we are in the Appalachians and we've got it.
So this is one of my favorite snake species as a kid. I used to always see them in my backyard, but they're becoming more and more scarce. And what is the reason for that?
Well, you know, along with habitat destruction, when people spray pesticides on their lawn, these guys eat insects. So if they eat insects that have pesticides on them, well, you know what happens.
It's gonna wipe out the snakes. So less pesticides means more smooth green snakes. Will, an enormous thanks to you for taking us out today in some of your favorite herping spots. This was the ultimate snake scavenger hunt. Make sure to check out Will's YouTube channel. Lots of awesome videos there. All right, smooth green snakes, back into the grass.
Well, it's the start of a very big adventure. We are in the middle of nowhere right now. British Columbia is a massive expanse of wilderness, and this river that's flowing here is the Fraser River. And it's surrounded in lore and mystery, primarily around the sightings of what may be a prehistoric creature. We're gonna be working with 2 experts today, Kevin and Mariko, conservationists and anglers. And our goal is to see if we can catch one of these supposed river monsters. Sunshine's starting to peek out. You've got clouds lining in between the crests of these mountains. You got the frost line up top with the snow caps. British Columbia is absolutely beautiful. And we're gonna catch a river monster. Oh, a big river monster. All right, the boat's getting ready to pick me up. It's go time.
In British Columbia, we're pretty fortunate with what we have here for fishing, right? It's a mecca in the world for fishing. Once I was about 14 years old and saw one for the first time. Last year, we were fortunate enough to land a fish that's 11 foot 6.5 to the fork. And we were pretty excited, to say the least, to see something that spectacular. It changed my life.
Well, hopefully we catch something between 7 and maybe 14 feet today. Kevin has the world record at this point, but as long as we get a big fish on the line, we will have an excellent episode. Okay, so we officially have a couple of lines in the water, and like most fishing, now we begin the weighting process. There's heavy weight on the end of these baits, so it essentially stays in one spot. We want to let the fish come to it 28 feet deep in this spot right here. So we're gonna catch a big one today.
These two here are real close to this bait here. They're just sitting beside each other. Just see those two?
Yep.
Hold on, okay, here we go. We're getting a bite.
Oh, we might have a bite.
Now, it could be a smaller fish, or it could be monstrous, and he's just going super slow with trying to get the bait, right?
Oh yeah, definitely pulling a little bit. Not a big fish. Oh, okay, definitely a lot more pull now. Oh yeah, there he is, there he is.
Just keep him in the water.
Oh yes. Wow.
Just keep him in the water.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whoa. That is like perfect handle and hug size. Look at that prehistoric creature. A little mini river monster. Even at this size, incredible power. You're gonna walk him in?
Walk him in, yeah.
Okay.
First one.
Fish is secure.
Good job.
Oh my goodness. Look at you. Unbelievable.
That is the white sturgeon, a very miniaturized version of what we're hoping to catch throughout the course of today, but this gives us a chance to really examine the animal. Look at that beautiful coloration. It almost glistens white and blue. Now, what's unique about the body structure of this fish is that it's very muscular. The skeleton is made of cartilage, but the head is made of solid bone. The snout is very shovel-nosed in design. You see those little things dangling off the front there? Those are the barbels, and it's those barbels that can sense chemicals within the environment that help these creatures search for their food. Now, the mouth of the fish, I'm gonna lift it up just very gently like that so you can see the underside. They have no teeth. These are environmental vacuums, and that they use suction to bring small crustaceans and other animals into their mouths. So they use flat, raspy plates to crush down on and then swallow their prey. And they've got these distinct pectoral fins on their side, which helps balance their body when they're underwater. But it's this dorsal fin in the back and the tail that really makes it look like a shark. That caudal fin will often be seen coming to the surface, and those are one of the indicators that people think that they're seeing some sort of prehistoric monster. This fish is truly ancient in design, and its reptilian look, especially if that back just comes to the surface like that, shows you why people may misidentify this animal as a mythological creature. At this point, we want to get the fish back off and into the environment, but this is small, 2.5 feet in length. We're hoping to find something that dwarfs this fish, something that could truly be considered a river monster. All right, buddy, thanks for hanging out with us, and happy hunting.
For us, it's very encouraging to see these fish, and when you get the small ones, they're my favorite, and so it's great seeing them.
Yeah, the young ones mean the next generation is going to become someday these living dinosaurs in a sense.
Exactly.
Well, certainly the work that you're doing to instill conservation and education aligns with everything that we're doing at Brave Wilderness, and if we can catch a big fish, we'll be able to show the world just why these creatures are so cool.
Yeah, for sure, and it'll be good to see, what sizes we get, because it's kind of like a lottery out here, right?
Yeah.
You get little guys, you get big guys, we don't know.
Any tips for how to bring in one of these fish, especially if it's 7 feet or more and weighing close to 300 pounds?
Yeah, so one thing is never let your guard down, ever. And also, if you have a little bit of a pause, straighten out your arms rather than keep them really tight in like this, and that'll give your bicep and your forearm a little bit of a break, and then you gotta get right back into it.
So you see that fish on there? I'm gonna try and cast right close to him.
Yeah. It's just trailing off the back of the boat, and the big question is whether or not it's actually hungry and wanting to feed. If we get that monster on the line, hold on.
we got a fish.
Fish on. Big one?
Bigger.
Bigger. Whoa.
Okay, you're gonna grab this. And you're gonna stay square to him.
Okay.
So face him.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, this could be a legit river monster right here.
And hold on tight, because when he's going, he's gonna go.
Yep. So I'm just feeling him hold on, baby.
Just hold on, yeah. Okay, yeah. Get ready. Hold on tight. Don't reel, just hold. Just hold.
Whoa, that's a strong fish right there. Holy cow, we definitely have a river monster on the end of this line. Wow, this is gonna require a lot of strength, I can tell that. Should I be letting it take line like this?
Yeah, let him go. Just stay square to him.
Oh, this is a very, very big fish. I'm using all my body weight to hold on to this animal. Come on, baby. Oh boy. Farewell and adieu, all ye fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, ye ladies of Spain. We got a big one here, Chief. This could be a new world record size fish. Kevin and I might break his record today. My forearms are screaming right now. That's why you don't skip arm day at the gym. Wow. Oh, look at him taking slack. Oh, he's running. Every time I have the chance for slack, I gotta take it. Oh, there just jumped, do you see it? It's like the size of a killer whale. Woo! It is huge, did you see it? Oh, it is really big. We do not want to lose this fish. We've got the fish up at the surface, it's absolutely huge. Mario's filming its heads right alongside the boat. Wow, it is massive. Holy cow, what do you want me to do, Kevin?
This right there's good. I'm gonna grab the line.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna grab the weight, reel a little bit.
Okay, reel a little bit in.
This right there, yeah, that's good right there. Hold it there. Hold it there.
Whoa. Oh yeah.
There
That
it is.
is a big fish.
Good job.
Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, that is a hoss right there. It's spilling out of the cradle.
Okay, let's see what his length is.
225. Wow, yeah.
86.
86. 225, 86.
7.5 feet,
That's
so that's
a
over 8.
huge tail.
Over 8 total length.
Over 8?
Total length, yeah.
His head is huge, absolutely massive. Look at the size of its head. It's like a battering ram. Woo! We have done it. We have caught a true dinosaur. The white sturgeon, measuring 8 feet in length and capping in at probably close to 300 pounds. And when you look at the design of this animal, it looks exactly like the smaller one we caught earlier. The big bony head, the scutes that run down the length of the body, but the difference is the girth and the weight. This thing is absolutely massive. Now the lineage of this fish species dates back 200 million years. And throughout our adventure, Kevin keeps calling these things dinosaurs. They truly are living fossils. What would you guess, Kevin? This fish is probably close to 70 or 80 years of age?
Yeah, for sure, at this size, yeah.
That is ancient.
Something very cool about this fish is see these scutes around here? They're like blue. Every fish has different unique markings. You can always see it on the head and you can also see it on the scutes. This fish has got really, really unique markings, which is very cool to see.
Yeah, it almost looks like this diamond pattern. And the head is so smooth, and then as soon as you get to those scutes, they really are razor sharp, but they have this iridescent glow to them, and the pattern on each individual fish is completely unique, correct?
Yeah, and also the scutes, right? The further they go upriver on the Fraser here, they'll wear down like sandpaper. So the closer to the ocean, they're sharper, and if they're a transient fish, you can get sharp fish in areas that you typically don't.
We spent hours traveling upriver by boat, but believe it or not, civilization is all around us. The biggest threat a fish of this size faces is non-selective salmon nets. These animals get tangled up, the nets aren't checked for significant periods of time, and they end up drowning. 80 years that it takes to get to this size, and it can be lost in a single day simply because a net is not being checked. It's really heartbreaking when you think about it. But at the same time, people don't think about these animals. The sturgeon is not exactly the prettiest fish on the face of the planet. It lives in murky water, feeding at the bottom, an environmental vacuum cleaner, but they're incredibly important. And without them, the river system will completely fall out of balance. You gotta love something that's this big and this ancient. When do you ever get to be hands-on with a dinosaur? I absolutely love this fish. Sturgeon have been one of those misunderstood creatures that I've loved since I was a little kid. Oh, this was so cool. Now, angling this fish was incredibly difficult, exhausting on the body, but the reward, being able to get it up close, and most importantly, being able to share it with the audience is what's gonna help change the face of conservation for these fish. If you can't see it, if you can't appreciate it, you can't truly love it. And if you can't love something, you don't have a real reason to protect it. Kevin, thank you so much for bringing us out on this expedition. For me, this is a new personal best, 8 feet in length, 300 pounds. Thank you, sturgeon. You have now topped the alligator gar. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, big fish, off you go.
Every day another giant vanishes from our planet, many of which go unseen and unrecognized. But conservation warriors like Kevin and Mariko are working tirelessly to change this. To glimpse a river monster at the surface is a sight one never forgets, and is a story of the unexplained that can last a lifetime. But to physically angle, get hands-on with, and spiritually connect with these ancient creatures is a privilege one can only experience in person. If you would like to raise awareness for white sturgeon and become part of a research expedition, make sure to visit and book your adventure today.